Alright, it only boosted me up 2Q. So I'm 13Q now, and you see handicap has not changed. I'll maintain my opening, and his hasn't changed significantly. Previously, his initial stone was at a 3-4. This time he started at a 3-3. I don't advise ever making an opening move on the second line. 4-4 in a large game, a 19 by 19, is fine. 3-4 is fine, and a 3-3 is unusual, but it's still fine. Anything other than those three is definitely unusual, and anything on the second line, I'll just go ahead and say it's bad. Perhaps there are some high level players or AlphaGo somewhere who know of some second line opening that's good, but I don't know anything about that. I don't think it exists, so I'm not going to play it. What do we have? Last time, when he had the Knights move, we talked about going under here or under here. Well, now you see, under here isn't as threatening because I'm no longer really threatening to get into this area by doing a Knights move. I could do a long Knights jump, threatening to get into there, but then the stone is even more um, vulnerable than last time. So what I'm going to do is skip the peeking right now and just go straight to helping this stone, which is my most threatened stone. I could do a straight play over like I did last time, but instead I'm going to try to be a little greedier, grab a little more. Similar situation here. Um, I'm just going to grab. No need to go under. Nice peaceful game. I'm in the lead. He's trying to peek under. Fine. He'll probably do it on the other side next. There he goes. Other side next. Peeking in. Anytime they come under like this, it's simple. Block. When they protect, you protect. Now I could have protected here or here. Those both would have worked. Um, Whenever you're choosing which of those to do, just choose the one that works best. Something to keep in mind is that the direct connection minimizes co-threats. I don't think a big co is going to be in store for me in this game, so I'm not concerned about co-threats. Instead, I chose this one to give more strength in this area. Not that I think he's going to get in that area, but that's the only area he could get into over here. Same thing down here. Good. Now this time, you see I have this stone, which is helping these two. This one was a little further away, but this stone makes me think I don't need to connect here, so I am going to minimize co-threats. Done. Now, he just removed a liberty of mine there. I'm not concerned about the cut, so I can play in here, or who knows, maybe I can threaten to poke through here or poke through here. Before I do that, I've already got this game in the bag. I'm going to take an easy attack move. I'm going to play here. And if he were not to respond to this, well, these three stones only have 2 liberties, so I could Atari and take them. So this is a Sente move. He'll defend either here or here. I would defend here if I were him. Okay, so now I can still do the same move as before, or just simply come in here. If I move in here, he could push in, threatening to cut this stone off, forcing me to play here, and push in, same thing, and he would get in there. Or he could push in here again, and I'd have to block and he'd get in here. So this is a bad move. Again, if I play here, he plays here. If I want to keep the stone, I have to play in. He plays here. Well, if I don't want him to come in here, I have to block. He cuts it off. If I don't want him to come in here, I'll block, and he's capturing my stone. So that is a bad move. Instead, easy. So here, let's take a look. If I cut, can I kill this stone before he kills these? Let's say he plays down. I can play there and have 2 eyes, so I feel safe. Alright, what's he trying to do? Hard to say. If I play here again, these are safe. That also means if he plays there, they're not. So what I'm going to do is limit his space that he can move around in. and I connect. And you might be wondering, why did I just do that? Or I said connect. I've connected here with an I. They're not directly touching, but why didn't I address this stone? Can't he just play here and reduce this to 1 liberty? Yes, he can. But if he reduces this to 1 liberty, I can play here, reducing him to 1 liberty. Well, then he would just take this stone, right? That would leave him with an empty triangle of white stones. He would have a white stone here, here, and here. I would have a black stone here. So he would have that 1 liberty. What could I do? I could capture him right back. It's called a snapback. Snapbacks are fun to look for and important to learn. So hopefully, after I make this final move of the game right here, he'll attempt it, but I don't think he will. We're in luck. He attempted to take the stone. So let's take a look at our first snapback. I will Atari, and if he captures, I will capture right in return. He did not. He passed, capitulating again. But let's take a look. It's easier to see now. So, if he plays a stone here, and in case you're wondering, it is legal to play a stone here. You might be thinking you can't play a stone if it would cause you to have no liberties. That's normally the case, but if doing so causes you to capture a stone, it's okay. So he could legally play a stone here and capture my stone, but he would be left with 3 stones and 1 liberty. And I could just, as he just played into a place with no liberties to capture, I could do the exact same thing and capture his 3 stones right back. So it would basically be a wash. So right now, these 2 stones are considered dead. So if he plays another stone, he gets a point. But his 3 stones will die, and instead of 2 dead stones, he will have 3 dead stones. So the point he captured, he would be giving right back to me by adding another stone. No sense in playing it. So before I pass, because the computer passed, so I can go ahead and pass, and that would end the game. Is there any way that I can tag this group? Well, there is, but I don't think it's possible to win. There's enough room down here for a living black group, but with him interfering, it's unlikely that I will succeed. If I were to start, this looks like an interesting place. If I were to play here, I'm threatening to Atari him here, right? So he pretty much has to connect. If he plays down to keep me out of the corner, I Atari. He has to connect, and then I Atari again, with a little kick down to the bottom. So we know if I play here, he'll connect. So that would give me 1 stone with 3 liberties. If I play straight down, creating a group of 2, he'll stop my intrusion into the corner, and there's no hope of me getting 2 eyes. So if I jump into the corner, he will cut. Connecting under does no good for me, because I won't get an eye on either side that way. So I can go this way, and he prohibits me from getting the corner eye. Or I can go this way, and he prevents me from getting a second eye. So there's no sense in me attacking. Now, if you end up in a situation like this, where you're not sure if you can live in the corner or not, well, think to yourself, will my move force him to move? And will it force him to move in his own territory? If the answer is yes, there's no harm in moving, especially if you're going to learn something from it. And what I mean by that is any move that forces a player to move is called sente. And so long as you're doing sente moves in their territory and they're responding with gote moves, response moves, in their territory, it should be a wash. The problem is that if you misread and you play what you think is a sente move in their territory and they don't have to respond, you've given them a free point. So feel free to play with those, and it's important to play with those in your early games so that you can try to learn, or what what is and is not a secure area of territory, and just another to try to, if it doesn't convince you, if what I have told you doesn't convince you that this area is safe, keep in mind that he already has one stone in my territory. My territory is much larger, and you notice the computer's not trying it either. So both of these territories are safe, and I'm going to take the win, just like it is. By 18. See you next time.